wheels are rolling and the camp is clean. On our way to the nearest 9 or 18 along dogleg roads through this countryside. We're taking our shot at the longest drive.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to our channel, The Longest Drive. Thanks for watching and supporting us. We're in Hay, New South Wales. We've been here for 5 days now.
5 days.
Funnily enough, one of our friends said to us, "Why are you going to such a crappy place?"
I think he was a bit more firm with what he said, but we'll say
crappy will do. Yeah. I was just a bit cautious as to what we were going to be getting ourselves into. What we can say is that we have had one of the best experiences here.
Yep. So Hay is a riverina area. It sits on the Murrumbidgee River, or the Bidgee as the people here call it. And of course it was severely impacted by the recent flooding in the area, as was all along the river systems. And it's still evident as you drive around. You can see lots of water. And along the river itself there's lots of big trees that have been undercut. So you can see all their roots exposed, and yeah, pretty sad. And the river is very dirty, and obviously that's because of all the runoff and all the sediment that's been washed into it through the flooding. So that was kind of sad, but it is receding, and we've got people coming back. We've seen quite a few people come and go through here while we've been here, which is great to see. So the awesome thing that we saw, and it really was the sunset.
Yeah, so we took a drive 16 kilometres out of Hay on the Cobb Highway to a sunset viewing area. We drove out. It's as flat could ever be. We've been told actually
point
that
of note, it's the flattest point or flattest area in the southern hemisphere.
Yes.
So yay hey.
So we drove out to the sunset viewing area. We were told to stay there for about 1 to 2 hours. So we took our chairs, our little recliner chairs out there, and we did. We stayed there for a couple of hours. And it was the most wonderful experience, one of the most wonderful experiences we've ever had.
We were lucky. It was very still. Well, lucky in one respect because there was no wind. The only downside is there's lots of flies.
But that's okay.
But you can deal with
for
that.
What you see.
One of the best things you can do without having to spend a dime.
Yes.
Didn't cost a cent. If you're here in this area, well worth it. Just
take the time to do it, guys.
We tried to get some footage of it, but I don't think that came out too well. Do yourself a favour and wander out there at some point and have a look. It's well worth it. Now, cafes.
We've been to a couple of cafes, and the one that we would recommend here in Hay is the Convent. There are no nuns at the Convent Cafe, no more.
No, none of that.
None, get it. Anyway, it's been converted.
Yeah, it was a religious experience, that coffee. Was it? No. That nice coffee, good coffee. Yes,
it's been converted into a breakfast and lunch cafe, and they've got accommodation facilities, which looked really nice too. Really beautiful grounds. Very nice. So well worth it.
Lots of space, good for kids. Kids can run around. There's a giant koala there. Not a real one, but it's a big koala. It's a great little place. There's other cafes in town too. One morning I looked over Leanne's shoulder and there's a huge kangaroo hopping down the main street. Came out, did a left-hand turn.
Great experience.
Didn't look both ways, just hopped out, took off. That just makes you realise that you're in the middle of nowhere pretty much.
Yes. So. Moving on, the Hay Golf Club. Yes, there is a golf club in Hay, and as people that know us would be aware, we like to play golf. It is a sand scrape.
Which is fine.
Oh, Matt thinks it's fantastic.
I think they're great because hole-in-one on a sand scrape. Have I told you that before?
Yes, you have.
I'll keep telling. Sand scrape, which is fine. I mean, it helps keep costs down for the local people. It's all volunteer-based, this golf club. 9
holes was good. Cost $6 each.
Yep. For that reason, if you want to just have a hit and not be too concerned about scoring or anything like that, it's perfectly fine. It's nothing like other golf courses along the river system, Tocumwal and Howlong and Cobram, Yarrawonga. Don't expect a course like that. If you just want to have just a hit and giggle and support the local area. And the last thing we wanted to talk about was the Hay Jail.
and museum. So we were there. We spent an hour to an hour and a half there. Very
Because we're old,
interesting.
isn't it?
Well, some people came out. We'd been in there. We'd gone around to an area where they've got these really cool cars and trucks, 1930s. When I came back around from there, this gentleman was coming out with his partner or wife, and the comment he made was, "Oh no, don't worry, this place is for old people."
Now, we'd
So-
dispute that, wouldn't we?
We definitely would dispute.
I mean,
We don't feel old.
young children wouldn't find it interesting because there's, it's just nothing that's shiny and makes noises,
But they do have things that are from many years ago
which are
that
interesting
would
in
be
themselves.
interesting to explain to children.
Yeah, and it really is fantastic.
Yeah.
Again, cheap as chips cost $4. There's no one there. It's just an honesty system, and you just get to wander freely through this historical place. There's a lot of sad stories associated with it, a few eye-opening things, which, but that's part of our history, and it's well worth listening to, I think.
Well worth going there if you.
And you don't have to be old to appreciate it. So Hay was all right. It was good.
I just thought of something else
Oh yes, the silo art, which was done earlier this year, I think.
last year. Yeah,
Last year, sorry, yes.
fantastic.
Just to commemorate local men and women who fought in the wars, which a local artist, I believe it's a local artist, has depicted images of these local people, and then there's plaques that tell you their stories.
Fantastic.
It's just brilliant. Again, it doesn't cost you anything. It's historical value, and it gives you a new appreciation for where we all came from and what people went through for us to be able to have what we have, which
Yes.
is always good. Anyway, that was Hay. We enjoyed it.
Yes, we did.
We're heading off to just out of Mildura, a place called Red Cliffs, and that'll be our next sign on. Until then.
See you later.